What you guys, got another product review here for you. This is the SJCAM 5000X Elite. It's a Wi-Fi capable, and also the action cam has a 2-inch coloured LCD screen on the back. It also allows you to dive up to 30 meters and still be functional underwater, which I can vouch for because it works pretty well. And also the gyro anti-shake is a new feature which actually stabilizes your picture. Supports 2K at 30 frames per second and also 4K at 24 frames per second. It does have a Sony 12.4 megapixel sensor in it, and also a 900 milliamp battery does come with it. It also has a micro SD card slot which allows you to put micro SD cards for more storage, up to 128 gigabytes. You can pause the screen at this stage and read all the information. Also pause it here for all the package listings, what brackets you're going to get with it as well. And as you can see, you get a couple of stickers here, and I'll go through some. You're going to get your user manual. This is going to tell you everything about your camera and what it does and what it don't do. And it's in English and other languages as well. And it's got color pictures to help you understand what's what. And pretty much I've been using SJCAMs for a while, and they are pretty affordable and pretty decent for the price, and you get a lot of stuff with it. You're going to get yourself also a lens cleaner. It's going to help keep your lens clean. If you get any dust or any grease on it or something like that, you can clean it off. Get a spare back plate here, and you can also buy other parts if you've not got what you need here, but pretty much everything here is going to probably do just about everything you need it to do, but you can get spare parts for this. It's really easy to pick them up. Now this sort of bracket, I'm not sure what this is for, some sort of mount for maybe a helmet with a sticker on it, as you can see there. Not too sure, but you can check all that stuff out on their website. But it has some sort of mounting system here with a 1/4 inch for the camera, for some sort of tripod with a sticky pad on there. You've also got another bracket here, not sure what these are for, some of these, because they've not listed on the packaging, which would have been nice. But they're in their plastic packaging. I'm not going to remove all these. This one's definitely for some sort of handlebars for a motorbike or for a pedal bike or something like that. So you've got that in there as well. And we've also got maybe another mount, which is maybe for a selfie stick or some sort of a dash cam or something like that. And these all interlock together, so you can change them up as well to get what you need out of your brackets. There's another one here. And another one here. I'm not sure what these ones are, but you can check them out on their website as well. But there's just pretty much a bracket for everything here. And this is the one I used. It's got some sort of housing here with a crocodile clip on the back. So you could put this onto a belt or some sort of tripod. I had it on some sort of mini tripod when I was walking around, and that's what I used in my hand, sort of handheld tripod. But you can see the crocodile clip there as well, which you could use pretty much on for anything. It's got 2 1/4 inch screws on there. Now you've also got your USB to micro USB cable here for charging, and also for getting your access to your files, but you can also use the app for that as well. And there's also a strap here for strapping up your camera, and a couple of 3M sticky pads here in case you want to stick it to something that hasn't got a bracket for it. And also you've got a lens cap here as well for when you remove it out of its waterproof housing. Now this is the actual camera that comes with the unit, with the actual camera inside, and a water closed unit here, which will allow you to dive under the water. And you can see you've got your mode button here. You can access all your buttons from here, so you can do this while you're in the water. You can see you've got all the buttons here which allow you to change these, and these are very functional. They do work very well. And you can also see the LCD screen at the back as well. Some sort of a bracket on here, and this is where you can change all the brackets. You can change all these brackets to suit your needs, and I've used these in salt water and they work perfectly fine. Let's just remove it from its housing here, and these are airtight, so there's no water that's going to get in there. They're all sealed, and I'm just going to pull these out. And these housings are pretty cheap as well. If you ever break one or something like that, you can always buy another one. Don't think they're that expensive. But you can see here, this is the actual camera itself. Tiny little camera, but packed with features. It really is. And I've used SJCAMs. And you can see the sticky lens cover there. You will need to remove those and the one on the back before you start using it, so you get perfect quality picture. So you've got your mode button here, and you've got your Wi-Fi indicator here, and also your activity lights to see if it's recording. You've got a couple of ports on the side here, a USB port and a micro USB port, and also you've got your SD card, micro SD card slot for your card for your storage, which takes up to 128 gigabytes. You've got your 2-inch coloured LCD screen, and also some LED lights there to let you know when it's recording, and these light up blue. You've got your battery bay here, which you can get access to your battery. It comes pre-installed, and the batteries are dirt cheap, and they work on pretty much every device here. You've got your menu buttons here and your Wi-Fi button, which will give you access to your menu when you're moving up and down your menu. Very easy to use, but if you find that more difficult, you can use the actual mobile phone app, and it's a lot easier for that. So you can see underwater TV out, motion detection, and you can see video, photos, video time-lapse, slow recording, photo lapse, burst mode, pretty much everything you need here. Playback, car mode, which is for your, in case you want to use it as a dash cam, you can do that with this camera. You can change the resolutions in here. There's 7 pages of this stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can see 4K 24 frames per second, 2K at 30 frames per second, and so on. 1080p at 60 frames per second. That's really awesome. And if you're going to be doing some action biking and stuff like that, then the 1080p at 60 frames will probably be the best. Gyro sensor here. This is to help stabilize the picture if you're walking or moving around, which does do a pretty good job, I must admit. And you can see here you can change the volume, and the audio is a lot better on these versions, the newer versions, than the previous old versions. And I've had quite a lot of SJCAMs over the years, and the audio is a lot better on here. And we can just get a look here. So I'm not going to go through all of this menu, but you get the general idea of it. And a nice coloured LCD screen. It is a little bit difficult to see this in daylight when it's really sunny outside, but you've got long exposure there, as you can see, and time lapse. This is 2K at 30 frames per second, and there is also this is default settings. There's no tweaks here. You can tune this up to have a finer picture if you want to, which will take more space up. I'll do a bit of walking here. This is without the gyro on. I forgot to do one with the gyro on, so this is without gyro, and you can see me walking along trying to show you here. Now this is their slow motion feature at 2 times speed, and you can see 1280 by 720, and that's about as far as I go with it. It does allow you to go to 8 times slowness, but the trouble is with that, it has to reduce the picture quality down so far that it looks pretty bad. But you can see here this is 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second, but with no gyro stabilization on. But you can see it's a very overcast day, and the picture quality is pretty good, I think, and we haven't got the Californian sunshine to make it look really, really nice. But you can see the colours vibrant. It looks pretty decent for this particular type of camera. You can see that big heron there. Now this is 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second with the gyro on, and me panning across. You can see the quality is pretty good. Stabilises that picture pretty nicely, as you can see, and the vibrancy of there on an overcast day is pretty good. And this is 4K at 24 frames per second, and also you can improve these picture qualities by upping the features here, but I've left it as standard. You can see it pretty nice. And that motorbike bombing past there, you can see it's pretty shuttery, and that's because you're only getting 24 frames per second, but the quality is pretty good. So as long as you're not getting any fast movement, it should be fine. But this is the app that you can get on the App Store, and this allows you to access all your files, control the actual camera and everything else, and all your settings from this mobile app. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. My name is Brian from BrianTechComputers.co.uk. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.